So you are from Japan.
Yes, I am.
When did you come to the States?
1992.
92? Okay. Did you come here to study, to work?
Yes, study.
Okay.
Study jazz.
Oh, you studied jazz at the new school?
At the new school.
Oh, so tell me about it. How did that work? And then it morphed into you teaching.
So I was already professional musician when I was in Japan. And back in olden days, the economy was amazing in Japan. So I could make pretty good amount of money for as a young girl. And then I wanted to use all the money. And then when I'm looking around, going to America. That's how I felt.
Uh-huh.
And then originally I was thinking about going to Boston to go to Berkeley. But I went to John Hendricks concert in Harajuku. And then, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And then I noticed that he was teaching at the new school. So then I decided that
That's the
okay,
connection.
I'm going to the new school, and I have to go to New York. I cannot go to Boston anymore.
Well, how cool was that?
That's
And
the story.
and when did you start teaching?
I graduated from the new school. I took like a one year break because that was a little bit too much, so I need a break. And then I graduated from the new school in 1997. And no, 1998, no, 1997. And then I started to teach 1997.
Oh, wow. So immediately.
Yes, because it might be this story might be good for the opportunity of this video, because the way I started to teach was I noticed the school was very interesting school, but a little bit disorganized, especially for the singers. Yeah, singers are talented, but there was no set pedagogy for the singers, and they expect the singer function like horn players.
Right.
But there's a huge discrepancy, even though they are both great musicians in their own term. And one was totally missing was like the musicianship. And the best way to build up the musicianship for the singer is practicing sight reading, sight singing. And then,
something I can't do.
Oh, okay, then you know what? It's not that difficult.
Well, you know what? Because I have a mathematical mind, so I can kind of follow it and see, okay, a note kind of goes up. So in some ways, it's common sense.
Yeah, but I believe you have never kind of been whipped by someone. Do this, do that.
No.
That is very important. And then I knew it. And I was not bad at sight reading. Actually, I was very proud of my sight reading skill. So that's why I gather all of my friends. I think you need this skill. I don't mind teaching you guys. You want to learn how to sight sing. And then everyone was very happily taking my offer. And then that workshop kind of thing was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And by the time, and I was student at the time, so I didn't charge anything. I just did, for fun's sake. And by the time that I graduate, the community was getting bigger. Like I have constant like 10 or 15 people who is coming to me to have this workshop. And then they offer me money. You did a lot for me. I learned a lot from you. So can I give you some money? And I said that it's not the money, but if you feel that you were helped by this, can you help me to have me acknowledge what I have done for the school to the school to the school to the dean. So then they wrote beautiful letter for me, and then Junko helped me for this and this, and if I can keep on studying with Junko as a class, that would be great.
Yeah.
Then dean found that I was doing what I was doing, and then offered me a class.
Well, how cool is
I
that?
know, I was so lucky, but I feel grateful. But it was like a right thing to do.
At the new school, I took piano lessons.
That is right.
And remember, we're playing the Roberta Flack song. What was the song?
The first time
First time, right?
I ever saw your face.
Yes, and
that's
that was
right.
Yeah,
Oh my
that was
gosh,
the
that's
song,
right.
right?
That's right. Right.
And then ended up taking piano lessons with you personally, and come to find out you live 3 blocks away from me.
No, 2 blocks.
2 blocks. So that was even better.
Yes.
So then, because of you, I was able to make my record.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's true.
No, I don't think so.
No, yes.
You already have the material, and then
I would not have been able to do it.
Thank you for saying that.
No, it was because of you. Really, you made it all possible.
Thank you very much.
And then also working with you guys when you produced Mika Shino, that also was so enlightening for me because it showed me what didn't happen that was on a legal level in London working with these people. You know, like when I came down to the studio, they had the paperwork, everything was up and up. And then something clicked in my head, and I'm like, the whole time I was in London, I never signed anything.
Oh, I see.
So.
Oh, that was Johnny Siegel from Manhattan Transfer was there, and you wrote the beautiful lyrics for them, and yeah, we need to make it official.
Because everything was just so vague and cloudy in London. But they knew what they were doing.
I see.
You see, that's the whole thing. They knew what they were doing. They just kind of took advantage of the situation.
Right. Yeah.
You were studying jazz in Japan. Or
yes,
you studied music in Japan.
Like back in olden days, there was no internet.
Right.
And so listen to music itself is not that easy.
That's true.
Right. So, you know, like I have to buy CD or sometimes vinyl, not for scratch sake, for listening sake, and then I record on the tape and study from it. So it's not that easy to study efficiently. So if you ask me, did you study jazz in Japan? I tried. I tried to listen to it as much as I can, but the resource was limited. I tried to study it as much as I can. My mom is a classical piano player, so I played the piano.
So you had the piano.
Yes, so I have piano skill, and then I've been always a music lover, so I play electric bass for heavy metal band when I was a teenager. What? And also, yes, I was singing in choir, and then I was kind of semi-professional recorder ensemble for the nursery houses, nursery homes. So I have the musical experience in it. So that's why I kind of I was able to guess. Maybe
but
this
you also had the framework already because your mom played. So you had the framework.
Yes, that is true.
At least you had the vocabulary.
That is true. Jazz is such a unique music, and you know, like sometimes I felt like I have to change entire my being in order to play jazz, and then I have to understand the culture, and I have to be a part of the culture. Otherwise, I cannot. Like it, jazz is something that you can learn, that you can build up. That's what I learned when after I came here. So, but you know, studied the theory of jazz at the school.
I took because a friend of mine, they started. It's called the New York Jazz Workshop. So he's like, they've been trying to get me to come down. So I went down and took a class. But what I realized after so many years, because I started out with jazz, but I just realized that, wow, I had moved so far away from that, you know, doing my own thing. But jazz definitely taught me a lot, you know, and just not being afraid of music. Because the one thing I love about jazz is that it's experimental on so many levels.
But your composition, the way you sing, the way you kind of aiming your direction of the music, it's very jazzy. Yeah, it's very, very jazzy.
Yeah.
and more like sophisticated intellectual vocabulary. Like, you're very jazzy, I must say. It's not, you're not like a poppy pop.
No, no, no. I don't even know how to do
Mhm.
that. What were your inspirations musically?
Depends, depending on the time, depending on the situation.
Because you did do heavy metal at one
point.
point.
Well, when I did the heavy metal, I have really clear inspiration, which is like youthful energy. I want to express, like something like like young energy, and then I was looking for which express the genre of the music which express my energy, and then I listen to Tchaikovsky, but I never understood. It's not really the same level, and I listen to all those Stravinsky, all those things, but a little bit too intellectual. I just want to have a raw energy, and then I met heavy metal, and this is it. So I went for it was really like my energy was inspiration to do heavy metal, and like, but when I turned my face from heavy metal to jazz was the sophisticated, like it seems to be understated but really sophisticated harmony. Like those extensions in an upper structure triad, all those color is really strikes me, and that was really inspiration, and I wanted to understand this, and I wanted to use it. I wanted to experiment this.
But were there any particular artists that you looked to for, I guess, inspiration?
It's a little bit offset, but John Hendricks is ultimate inspiration for me. He is very funny, and then he is entertainer. He doesn't show himself as like a scholar, but what he's doing is so sophisticated for any direction music, like harmonically, rhythmically, like improvisationally, but he is just making fun of it, and then I found that is so cool. Like it's like a crown roll in a circus. Like you have to be the most skillful person in the entire house.
Right, because you're actually pretty much controlling the whole thing.
Exactly. So I found that is very fascinating thing, and then I found that element in John's music, and then it was really an inspirational thing.
So, do you perform still?
If you ask me that way, depends. Right. Like if I'm going to the project which has really low budget, and then I have to perform, yes, I will. But I rather be more behind the scene. I like to have someone else shine. Is more interesting for me.
Oh wow, how interesting. And then, well, then that comes with the production you produce.
Yes.
But you're a great producer.
Oh, thank you very much.
I will be working. So, what do you have planned? Like, what are you working on now?
So, I just finished the project that I was in, which was like a vocal jazz project, and her name is Ryoko Moriyama. She's a beloved like singer in Japan. She's like what's her name? Sing with Mingus.
Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell.
I love her.
Oh, she's great, right? But this Ryoko Moriyama is like a Joni Mitchell.
Really?
Yeah, she's her father was born in San Francisco. And he's a trumpet player, but he moved to Japan a long time ago, like before World War II, I think, or right after World War II. So then, after the war is over, Japan finally be free to exchange the culture with former enemy country. So that's why we we were hungry for great music from Japan. And then he was the one who actually invited Sachmo to Japan. Yeah. So, and then she is a daughter of that trumpeter. and she was very popular folk singer when she was, I think, in teenager. And since then, she has been a star.
Ah, cool. So, ideally, what would you like to work on?
Oh, ideally, like nowadays, music scene and like meaning of the music for people, I feel it's been changing. And people don't listen to music. They scroll the music and then get the fraction of the music and then
Yeah.
kind of, I'm not necessarily saying that is bad thing, but that's a new thing.
Well, but that even lends itself to like artist development. Like everything is so fickle and fast. So, do you have people that follow a career now? Does that even exist? Okay, you have, like I said, the low hanging fruit, Beyonce's, these people who are so famous and they have the whole machine behind them. But just on lower levels, I guess, or just more normal levels, um, it's hard to gain traction, especially now as a new independent artist, because there's just so much coming over your phone. There's so much coming at you at all times.
But maybe that's why um, I'm a bit hopeful, because this is definitely a transitional term, and then also AI influence to the music. Some people are very scared, but sorry about that.
That's okay.
I am very kind of excited how I can use AI for the music. And I was so focusing on music is a production. I have to make one A to Z. And once I finish the production, I will put on the market and selling it, and then build the career or the market or the business out from it, which is great. But maybe it can be destroyed and create something new.
Right.
And at this point, I have no idea where to go. But actually, I'm kind of uh, excited about this, like like a blank canvas. And then also for that type of situation, if you just focus on what is the most beautiful thing for you, and what do you want to do.
Right.
If the artist is just focusing on their work, not worrying about then am I gonna be loved or how can I sell, things gonna turn out, I'm afraid to say good. I'm being really realistic, but
It's just I think now you have to be careful what your expectations are.
that's a great way to say.
And also, what or how do you define success?
Right on, right on,
Because success
right
isn't
on.
always a full bank account.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
For me, success is just having the freedom to do what it is that I love to do.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And for other people, it is building a bank account, being famous. But that, I don't really care about that. Of course, I want money, but we have to pay bills. But ideally, success is just doing what it is that's in your heart and on your soul, and that to be able to articulate it and portray it to an audience is nothing like it. You know. What makes you make music? Like this is one of those existential type questions. Why do you make music?
You know what? That's a great question, and then the answer comes to my mouth is very shamefully uh, order. Like when I get the order from whomever, I'll do it. And then I've been doing that. That became the habit, but I want to break that habit someday soon.
But originally, what was your motivation for making music? Or you were kind of born into it.
That's true, but but yes and no, because like society when I was child, like for women, and also like women wants to be a musician, which is not the corporate job, and even like wanted to work, not to get married, to be a wife of someone and raise the children, is something like what kind
Yeah.
of kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
because music make me be excited and I just want to recreate it.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was actually the basic.
Mm-hmm. And it's for me, it's just like something in your soul that just has to come out. You can't contain something like that, you know. And even like I said, not it doesn't necessarily have to be you performing for large audiences, but even making music in your home, singing to yourself. But it's something that has to be articulated.
Yes, yes, quite similar.
So, like I remember when I took the piano class with you, and just being able to play the first time ever I saw you, I was like so proud of myself.
Root and chord.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Because still till this day, the piano and me, we have a very strange relationship. The coordination, that hand coordination, playing with both hands,
Okay.
that whole thing. Um, but the chords come in handy now. Although I did teach myself tenderly.
Oh yes, you played so beautifully.
But to actually play the melody and the chords.
Oh.
I know.
Ooh.
I was so proud of myself. Did that for 2 weeks.
Because that's not an easy song.
Well, but I would know. Because what do I know? Seemed normal to me. It's all hard.
It's a difficult song. It's the talent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. So, what are your future plans?
That's a thank you for that question. I am actually finally be able to take a breath, like before exhale, like I'm inhaling, and then while I'm inhaling, the smell which attracts me is AI.
You keep saying AI.
Yeah, AI, and then like I love voice.
Yeah.
And but the voice is coming out from our body. And if we can create something using AI, not like 100% by AI, but using you know do you know Vocaloid?
Yeah.
Like Miku Hatsune, those type of thing, but not that over produced, but more organic. And then create something and then be inspired by the sound, and then recreate something like that go back and forth with AI. That's something that I'm really excited about, and something that I like to do.
The thing that scares me about AI is there are now apps that you could sing into it horribly, and it will play it back as if you're a top 10 recording artist.
Right.
That's scary to me, because then it's like, what happens to the people who actually have talent? It kind of muddies the water for me.
But then I think human being, and AI, I think we should change our mindset, which is better or worse. But I think it's a different thing. So then maybe you sing with AI, like you and AI Earl will sing together. Maybe not, but maybe there might be a chemistry, like a weird new kind of chemistry. You never know.
Yeah.
And then I want to experiment that. And
it's like the recording process, working with Pro Tools.
Right, exactly.
I had no idea, and then went on YouTube, learned the first
and then
part.
You made that production. Oh my gosh.
And what it is they say necessity is the mother of invention.
That is true.
So I learned more as I went along because I needed to.
Okay.
And even though I have like my own little shortcuts that probably make no sense to any engineer on this planet, but it works for me. So I understand that, and I think that AI also can be used like that.
Yeah, like a notation program, like
Right.
finale. That was like that to me. Like there was a necessity, so that's why I learned quickly.
Just
So
like Chat GPT.
I love Chappie.
I do too. You
Oh
know
my
why? Because
gosh.
sometimes I don't have the brain power to write something, and I'm just like,
Exactly. Right.
And they come back with some of the greatest stuff. It's like, wow. It's like I couldn't have said it better.
I call him Chappie, and Chappie, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you too, Junko.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're still teaching at the new school.
Yes.
I still need to do piano. I'm still wrestling with piano. It's the thing that before I die, I'm gonna play the piano normally, like a normal person.
That's the cruelty of the music. Yes,
Yeah.
you were great, but sometimes later, if you don't practice, oh my gosh.
But the worst part? The first part, I felt like I was really making headway, really doing well, and then somehow got distracted, whatever, and didn't stop playing. So when I went back to try again, it was harder.
Because you are disappointed and your head is ahead and you're impatient. I know. And a lot of people will go away.
Right. So then every
But
time
you
I
stick
go
to
back,
me for the second time.
yes. But now when I go back, it's literally learning over again.
Okay.
I want to do more.
You're too humble. I know you can do way more than you think.
Vocally, yes. Like I'm very
But vocally,
confident.
you can do it because you are hearing those harmonies.
Right.
So just put that onto your 10
onto the fingers.
things.
Okay, if you say so. But Junko, this has been really a pleasure catching up with you.
I know.
And we can't let this time go by like this. Yes.
It's a COVID.
And now that you're going to be an empty nester.
Right.
And you might be a neighbor again.
Oh, yes. So then I'm going to come back here every week.
Yes.
Do it.
And we're going to work together anyway.
Okay. Yes, that's...
So, people, Junko Arita. And until next time, thank you, Junko.
Thank you very much.